2 weeks ago, we raced around the old Silverstone circuit, and that video went down an absolute treat. You guys absolutely loved it, and in that video we compared a V10, a V8 and a V6 around the old Silverstone layout. This time we're doing Hockenheim because this was also highly requested in the comments, and of course the layout has changed in past years, so today we're driving back through the forest. Okay, here we are then, back in Assetto Corsa, and as you can see, we are driving the 2001 Jordan. 2001 was the last year they raced at this old layout before it was literally destroyed and returned to Mother Nature. And of course we now have the current layout of Hockenheim. So as you can see, unlike nowadays, once you exit turn 1, the track just went straight on through the trees and into the forest, and now as you can see we're basically going to tackle a bunch of chicanes throughout the lap. So let's get into it, and we're going to try and set a banker lap with this lovely Jordan EJ11, which is a car from the 2001 season. It's the only 2001 car that I believe I own, so yeah, this should be fun. Definitely a fun layout, very different of course to the current Hockenheim. The lap times were a lot longer as well. But yeah, 2001 was the last year it was raced here, and this is one of those cars that was present on that day we are driving as Jarno Trulli in this one here today, in the Honda Power Jordan. And yeah, we're going to try and see if we can set a decent first lap, and then of course move on to the V8, which I think I'm going to use either a 2007 or a 2008 car, either a McLaren or a Ferrari, and then of course one of the current generation V6s. So here we are into the stadium. This of course is mostly unchanged. It did still have a few modifications done to it after the 2002 layout was updated, but mostly it's still the same at heart today as it was back then. So here we are for the final corner, struggling to get the car lined up as we now start the lap. So turn number 1, not as slow as before. It's a bit more, I'd say, of a corner rather than a sharp apex. We now get onto the first part of the straight, and at this point you just relax, take it easy, enjoy the engine sound. And there we go, through the forest we go as we finish the lap. We've done all 3 chicanes, and now just the final part of the lap. Let's try and nail it. Oh, made a mistake there. Struggling for grip and downforce. Across the line though, and it's going to be a 1:43.8, literally like 30 seconds slower than what the current lap times are. We're going to fine tune the car. I think we're on hard tyres and a load of fuel, so let's just finesse it a bit, extend the gear ratios as well, which I think we can do, and let's go for a better lap. Well, there we go, 38.2. I'll take that. Very nice lap. It says only 4 laps in the bottom right, but actually I've done about 20 laps. I had to restart halfway through because my recording crashed. But there we go. Let's watch from off board and let's enjoy it. And then we're going to jump into the V8. Now before the video continues, I want to quickly say the replay cameras are actually incredibly meh, so we're not going to use them for the rest of the video. But now we're moving on to the V8, and we are driving as Michael Schumacher, who was the test driver for Ferrari in 2007 after his retirement, and we are driving the championship winning car of Kimi Raikkonen. This of course is a V8, and we're going to see what kind of lap times we can do with this. Now just for reference, I just had a little check, and the last time we raced around here was 2001. The pole time from Juan Pablo Montoya in the Williams was a 1:38.117, so we was literally only a tenth off in the Jordan on our first attempt. So let's see how close we get with a V8, and let's see if we can beat the lap time. Okay, then let's get into it. It's time for car number 2, the Ferrari F2007, which is one of my all-time favourites. V8, we're going to rev this one out and see what we can do. But yeah, we've got a 1:38.1 to aim for, which should be interesting. I love how good this car looks, man. The mod as well. Groove tyres, of course. 7 gears. I've already tuned the car for time trial hot lap, so we're going to jump straight into it from the very next lap. So yeah, we'll try and do our best. I think we're going to be about the same on the straights, maybe a touch less, maybe an acceleration outright, just pure power. But we should make up for it, I think, in cornering agility. The car should be nice and nimble. Braking not so good. This car definitely doesn't seem to have as good brakes as the Jordan, so we're going to have to bear that in mind as we completely straight line that chicane. But yeah, we're running soft tyres just like the Jordan. We're using more or less the same gear ratios, maxing out about 324 on the straights, and the rest of the setup is the same. So let's see if we can have a decent lap. I thought I'd drive as Michael, of course, because it is a German Grand Prix at Hockenheim, and like I said before, he was actually test driving even after his 06 retirement, you know, in 07 and 08, and also, of course, motorbikes before his 09 crash. Well, let's go then. This car's a lot sharper on the nose. Definitely feeling that straight away. Just got to be careful with the brakes. Tyres getting colder a lot easier. Of course, we have traction control. This was the last year I think cars had traction controls. It was banned for 08. So here we go then. There we go, 38.0. That was pretty damn perfect, to be fair. I don't think there was a lot more in that, so very close. 2/10 quicker than Jordan, 1/10 quicker than the lap record. I think the V6 is going to be quick, but we're going to run out of battery straight away, so let's get into it. And last and certainly not least, of course, why not use Mercedes in their home race? So we're going to drive as George Russell, as that is the more updated livery that I have of the car, and we're going to see just how fast W13 can go around here. Right, here we go, V6 power, Mercedes power of course, in its home Grand Prix. What a different car this is to drive compared to the other two, my god. Not in a worse way or in a bad way. I think I do like and I have learned to appreciate the V6 generation F1 cars in terms of their cutting edge technology, and also they are very satisfying to drive. You know, make no mistake about it, the downforce is insane the way these cars just stick to the track. I think this particular beast is going to be very efficient in corners. I think we're going to be the fastest car in the corners by some way. But this is very dependent on electrical power, and I think we either run it in a super low mode to stay competitive throughout the lap for longer, or we juice it up and just use it in one sector. Either way, I think that could be the Achilles heel really, the electrical power. But let's see how it goes. Ooh, 39.9. Well, there we go, lap done. I know obviously there's a lot of talk about should I use, you know, Racing Studio, Sim Dream Development, or even the VRC car. It doesn't really matter too much. I think the big issue here is electrical energy. I could definitely run higher. This car doesn't run out as energy like others do, but I'm just being realistic. I think you would struggle to have deployment for the entire lap with a V6 F1 car. I used DRS this time, unlike in Silverstone, on the pit straight, which is what they use in real life, and I also used it on the straight before the stadium section. So 2 DRS zones, because I feel like F1 would naturally allow these 2 straights to be actual racing with slipstream. So that's it, guys, that's my attempt. I'm surprised actually how slow the V6 was. It actually felt really nice to drive. It rode the curbs a lot nicer than the other cars, but for some reason it didn't reflect in lap time. So big surprise. Either way, guys, the Jordan was second best, and of course the fastest, the Ferrari F2007, which we just beat the lap time from the 01 pole by 1/10 of a second. So yeah, guys, that's it from me here today. Hopefully you enjoyed. Leave a like and subscribe. Give me some other suggestions for other circuits in the future, and I'll try and do one of these maybe once a month or something, or once every 2-3 weeks. And yeah, a massive thank you for watching the video, guys. Mods link down below as always. If you want to help me out by subbing to the channel, that would really also help me out on the road to 100k by the end of the year. As always, check out the 2 videos on the screen if you haven't seen them. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. Until then, take care, and it's goodbye from me.